I got asked this question this morning. What's the easiest way to create the largest following on LinkedIn? I'm going to answer that question, but more importantly, I'm going to share the question we should be asking and the answer to that question. But before I do, hit that subscribe and notify button. I create all of this content for you. The question is, what's the easiest way to create a large following on LinkedIn? Now, I don't know that a large following on LinkedIn is uberly important, but let me help with this. A great following, a fabulous following, a highly relevant following, people who are really interested in you following you would be much more important than a large following. I mean, if you have 500 people following you who are really relevant to you and what you do and may have a need for what you do, that is far more powerful than 5,000 people following you who are not relevant to you in any way. It's more about the value of the followers, the relevance of the followers, than simply the number of followers. Now, the easiest way to create a large following is for you to send out invites with reckless abandon every Tom, Dick, Harry, Betty on the internet and hope and pray that they accept you're in connection and then they become followers. You can make 30,000 connections if you want to, but that will be ridiculous to do because those people won't be relevant to you. Won't truly, all of them, the majority of them will not be interested in you. The best way to create the right following on LinkedIn is to do a couple different things. Number one, get involved. Show up in conversations where your target audience, people who are important to you, show up where they show up. Show up in the conversations. Show up on their posts. Show up on their company page posts. Show up in other people's posts that are relevant to your target audience. If you're all about coffee, you want to look for all the conversations about coffee that are happening on LinkedIn and then participate in those conversations. And participate means to have to bring more value to that conversation. Don't try to hijack it. And don't use that platform of someone else's posts to be all about you. Participate in the conversations as often as you can. Is the number one way to create a large following, because people will see you as a part of the conversation and they'll be either interested in following you and or connecting with you. Now, what's another way for you to create the right following on LinkedIn? And that would be for you to share on a regular basis relevant, useful, engaging content. Don't just join conversations, but create conversations that, again, are highly relevant to the people that you would like to have follow you or connect with you. And be very deliberate about this. These conversations that you're starting can't be all about you, can't be all about your business, can't be all about your products. They need to be all about what's going on in your industry relevant to those services and the products that you participate in. And make it in this conversation something that is beneficial and useful to the people who should be following you. Your target audience, your ideal client, their influencers. So bottom line, don't look to create the largest following on LinkedIn. Instead, look to create the strongest following on LinkedIn. People who have discovered that you care enough to show up with ideas and information and knowledge that can be useful to them. People who have discovered that you enjoy participating in their conversations relevant to the business that's important to you. I'm not going to really encourage you to build the largest following. I'm going to encourage you to build the strongest following. I'm Teddy, your LinkedIn and Sales Navigator strategist, trainer, and coach, and I hope this is helpful for you.